Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Mask or no mask? It depends on the store and the store policy. We're going to break it all down for you coming up tonight in my Help Me Hank report.
No trouble getting to normal today, but wait till you see how close we're going to get to record highs towards the back end of the forecast.
Mayor Duggan taps a veteran member of the force to be the department's interim chief.
James White could run any major police department in America.
Former DPD Assistant Chief James White will take over the department after Chief Craig steps down on June 1st.
Start things off here at 5 with Sean Lay. And Sean, you spoke one-on-one with White this afternoon. He has some very deep ties to the department.
He does, and he got right to what he wants to do. First and foremost, just a short snippet of this man's incredible resume. 24 years. Well, first of all, he's a Detroiter. 24 years with the Detroit Police Department, 8 as assistant chief. The first question I asked him, what is the first thing he's going to do to address crime here in Detroit?
Increase patrols, visibility, activity. I want people to see the police. I want them to know that we're there. And really focus on community engagement, because I think we have to partner with our community in order to bring down crime. We're not going to be able to wrest our way out of crime. We're going to have attitude changes as it relates to crime, and that happens when you have a strong relationship with your community.
Moments after being named interim Detroit Police Chief James White, speaking with Local 4, he says crime is out of control in the city. Now, it's his job to help make Detroit streets safer and help Detroiters feel more safe.
And what I want to do is to get the officers on the ground, boots on the ground, to interact more with the community.
And when White takes over June 1st, immediately look for Detroit police to put an end to street racing, ATVs taking over streets, deadly incidents of speeding, a problem for years in the city.
Traffic enforcement. I mean, we are driving too fast in our community, and this drag racing and accidents and hit and runs, all of that feeds into that problem. And so we're going to make sure that we are responsible, constitutional, but we're going to be doing heavy traffic enforcement.
Interim Chief White getting right to it, the important things on his list, at least for now. Prosecutor Kim Worthy here in Wayne County approving of this interim appointment by the mayor. In part, she says he accepts responsibility and is not quick to blame in his dealings with me. He has been even-tempered and is simply about getting the work done. He is not a glory seeker. Chief White was asked if that was a shot at current chief and retiring Chief James Craig. He said he was not going to get into that. And keep in mind, guys, interim job, he's going to have to compete to keep it. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
Got it. All right, Sean.
Well, after Walmart and Target, it's the next big domino to fall. Today, Meijer said fully vaccinated people will no longer be required to wear masks inside stores.
Now, in the meantime, other retailers and some smaller markets are holding off, taking a wait-and-see approach. Our consumer investigator, Hank Winchester, live tonight. It's a very big decision for these stores and retailers, Hank.
This is big news, Devin and Kimberly, but it's also a little confusing on the heels of the governor's announcement last week. Basically, here's what you need to know. It's up to the individual store to determine the policy. For example, here at Holiday Market in Royal Oak, if you want to go inside, the signage makes it clear. You still have to mask up. But if you travel just a few miles down the road to the Meijer store at 8 Mile, if you are fully vaccinated, you can take that mask off and shop. The mask rules in stores, they're changing, but the shoppers I talked to today overwhelmingly are still choosing to mask up.
I'm going to wear a mask still.
Even if the store says you don't have to?
I'm still going to wear it. Yeah. My safety, everybody has safety.
I'm still going to wear mine. Be safe than sorry. I'd rather be alive than dead.
The governor made the announcement last week. Masks no longer required in or outdoors for those of you who are fully vaccinated.
Everyone who is 2 weeks out from their second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine can go without a mask.
However, it's up to the individual store to set its own policy, and with malls, it gets even more complicated. Some have policies for the common areas, but the individual stores inside may have their own requirements. Meijer making news today, no longer requiring face coverings. However, the signage inside the 8 Meijer location in Detroit has not yet been updated. A spokesperson for Meijer says starting today, fully vaccinated customers may shop without a face covering where allowed under state or local law. Non-vaccinated customers must continue to wear a face covering while shopping in our stores, except where medical conditions prevent them from wearing one. Kroger is taking a different approach. A spokesperson says at this time, the Kroger family of companies continues to require everyone in our stores to wear masks. Additionally, we continue to encourage everyone to practice social distancing and frequent hand washing, as well as consider the use of a no-touch grocery delivery or low-contact grocery pickup. Call ahead or look for the signage to make sure you understand the rules before you enter any particular store. And our team's been hard at work. We've been touching base with different stores, restaurants, and also malls throughout Metro Detroit. We put a complete list for you on clickondetroit.com as to which stores require a mask and which ones don't right now. We're live here tonight in Royal Oak. Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank.
Okay, Hank, now the CDC's sudden removal of mask recommendations for the fully vaccinated has caused a lot of people to ask what exactly has changed.
Yeah, it was just 2 weeks ago, really, that guidelines still stress the importance of masks indoors, whether you were vaccinated or not. Our Dr. Frank McGeorge is here to guide us through the science the CDC is pointing to. Doc?
Yeah, Kim and Devin. So some of the update in mask guidance for fully vaccinated people actually comes from a study published last Friday in the CDC's publication, the MMWR. That study, plus others that have supported the effectiveness of the mRNA vaccines in particular, are really part of what prompted the CDC to somewhat abruptly change the guidelines for mask use if you are vaccinated.
We do believe that vaccinated people are much safer when they're wearing those masks indoors.
That was just a few weeks ago on April 27th. The big news then was that fully vaccinated people could go maskless outdoors. Now,
anyone who is fully vaccinated can participate in indoor and outdoor activities, large or small, without wearing a mask or physical distancing.
Although the change was announced suddenly, it came after gradually increasing data over months that we should have high confidence in the ability of the vaccines to protect people from severe disease and death. The most recently published study in the MMWR confirmed that in real-world use over the period from January to March of this year, the 2 mRNA vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna were 94% effective at preventing symptomatic COVID-19 after both doses. A separate Israeli study looking at the efficacy of the Pfizer vaccine, published earlier this month in JAMA, found similar results. Vaccinated people had a high level of protection against both symptomatic and asymptomatic infection. Now, none of the published studies looking at the real-world effectiveness of the vaccines have been able to address the Johnson & Johnson vaccine because it hasn't been out as long. Nevertheless, there is preliminary data on its cousin, the adenovirus vector vaccine by AstraZeneca from the UK, showing it too is effective. Now, taken together, all of the most current data looking at the effectiveness of the vaccines is in fact very supportive of the updated recommendation that fully vaccinated people in ordinary settings are safe to carry on without masks if they choose. Now, frankly, being very practical, no one honestly believed that masks and distancing were going to stay here forever. And the data on the vaccines are really what have tipped the scale. Back to you.
Got it. All right, Doc. Now let's move to the coronavirus numbers from over the weekend. State reporting 2,230 new positive tests. That's over a 2-day period, so averaging out to 1,115 cases per day. 20 more deaths also being attributed to the virus over that same period of time.
And now to the vaccine. 10.3 million doses have been delivered here to Michigan. 7.6 million doses have been administered, so there is still plenty to go around.
Well, let's talk about this weather for a Monday even. Makes Mondays feel pretty darn good.
Yeah, let's get over to Ben, tracking a major warm-up, too, as we make our way through the week here.
I'm telling you, as I tell you about this, just think in the back of your head, is my air conditioner ready to go this weekend? Because we may start to need them. 73 is where we sit right now. Pleasant, gorgeous, whatever you want to call it. We're above average, but we've got a lot more distance to cover. The one thing we're not going to see a ton of is rain. You see it's amassed just to the south of the state line. Tomorrow, a lot of that's going west of us, but we'll still have at least a small chance. Wednesday looks like our best shot at seeing rain, so we're going to take a look at the timing of that. We've got the thermometers out on Thursday and Friday. Believe it or not, it's 80s and near record temperatures towards the end of this forecast. We'll look at it all for you in just a few minutes, guys.
Okay, Ben. Demarion Johnson had just graduated from 8th grade when his life changed forever. His family was out getting pizza when the then 13-year-old boy was shot in the head at a Detroit gas station. Well, today the man who shot him was sentenced to 18 to 30 years behind bars. Priya Mann is following an emotional charged day in court.
That day was the worst day of my life.
He has caused a great deal of pain to me and my family.
Demarion Johnson was just 13 years old when he was shot in the head at a gas station on Detroit's west side.
He was promised to so much. He was a good kid. He was an outstanding kid.
The day that you shot him, he was learning how to drive earlier that day. Now he back an infant again.
Now nearly 16, the shooting left Demarion with severe brain damage.
He can't walk. He can't talk. He can't laugh. He can't smile. The only way he expresses himself is through crying, is through pain. That's the only emotion I've seen on my son since this happened.
Charles Phillips says he didn't intend to shoot the young teen boy.
I'm lost for words myself, man. I'm just sorry.
You're a sorry piece of
Well, sir, Mr. Bell, I'm sorry, sir.
Demarion's family and the judge didn't buy Phillips' apology.
And there really is no excuse. I don't really appreciate, quite frankly, what Mr. Phillips has indicated.
Demarion's mom is a nurse and says she can't go back to helping patients when her son needs her around the clock.
It never in my life crossed my mind that it would be my child laying in the bed helpless. As I continue to pray for my son, I'm forced to pray for you too. I don't like it, but I'm forced to.
Your heart certainly breaks for this family. That night, a 23-year-old man was also shot at the gas station and, like Demarion, suffered permanent injuries. The judge sentenced Phillips to a minimum of 20 years in prison. Reporting live tonight, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
It's just a heartbreaking case. All right, Priya. Well, it definitely wasn't for sale, especially for $2.
New tonight, how a grandmother's tablet full of photos was mistakenly sold at a yard sale, and why she says the person who bought it took advantage of a person with dementia to do it.
Also, when it's all said and done, it's going to be 27 miles long. A special groundbreaking today for something aimed at transforming Detroit neighborhoods. Rod?
Still more questions tonight about the governor's trip to Florida.
And I know that the goal of being together for 4th of July.
The MDHHS had travel guidelines in place at the time. Did the governor follow them?